Thanks for tuning in to the KRVN Sports Podcast page, your home for all of the local broadcasts produced by KRVN Sports. This page and the playback is brought to you by Hoegemeyer Hybrids, raising the bar on yield performance. For KRVN Sports, I'm Jason Jorgensen. Last week was a big one for Superior native Kalynn Meyer, won the Big Ten Discus event at the Conference Championships out in Oregon for the Huskers, and she reflects on her big accomplishment.
Yeah, it was a really surreal moment. You know, I was trailing like the whole competition, so to be able to kind of mitigate that pressure and kind of navigate through the competition, knowing that I could come out on top if I really wanted it, was kind of just a relief to finally just go out and do it on my last throw.
You threw over 191. Is that a throw that just came out of nowhere, or have you been hitting that mark in practices?
No, it's definitely been there for a couple weeks now. Just had to execute it in a meet.
Well, you certainly did that. I always like to ask throwers, when you let it go, did you know?
Yes, yeah. Especially kind of the path of it. I can always tell via like how it flies. And I knew I always hit the right sector line. Whenever I have a good throw, I usually hit the right sector line. So it was just riding that line and just landed inside. So I knew it was a good one.
You've accomplished so much, but what's that mean to you to be a conference champion? You know,
it's just kind of been a testament of all the hard work that has been put into it for the past 4 years for being in collegiate track and field, just kind of ending it on a high note, knowing that I'm peaking at my right time in the right year. What's this journey been like for you? Kind of ups and downs. You know, I started out kind of like didn't really know where my spot was, didn't know where my place was on the team and in like the nation, just coming from like a different sport, hadn't touched the track and field since high school. So just kind of navigating that transition was a little bit of a struggle, but finally finding my place and finding a good balance and a good routine and just building on that each year and just learning more about myself and how I compete and what I do well, how I can compete well and what I do well for myself.
Today we're talking with Husker thrower Kalynn Meyer, who is in her senior season as a Husker, the native of Superior. Kalynn, you've accomplished so much, but one thing I would think you have to be proud of is that you have proven here, and many have over the years, that it doesn't matter that you're from a small town. If you put the work in and if you have the desire, certainly big things can happen.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Definitely want to be like that figure for the small town boys and girls that are trying to dream big. Like, it's really tough, like, especially now. Don't know, like, where the future of college athletics is going to head, but definitely a scary thought, especially being in high school right now or even, like, middle school and all the youth that are trying to make it big. Like, it's definitely still want to be that person that they can look at and say they did it, so I can do it too.
Do you still hear a lot from folks back in Superior?
Oh, for sure. Definitely get lots of messages and well wishes, and even before and after all these meets.
If folks don't know, your dad, Andy, still holds the state record in the discus event, a record that he set way back in 1989. It still stands. I would assume he's always been a big influence for you and probably still is to this day.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a huge impact of my college athletics and just life in general. So definitely lean on him more often than not. And it's definitely more special whenever they can get to a meet. And he's actually been able to like watch and help coach a couple when my coach has been unavailable. So it's been really special to be able to have him and his knowledge to be able to help me move forward in my career.
Safe to say this has been in your blood for a while. Do you remember the first time you picked up a shot or a discus?
Honestly, I don't know the first time, but I'm going to assume it was probably when I was about 6 or 7 when I was messing around with my sisters when they were throwing.
Well, that's so a long road here for you.
Yes, yes.
What's your thoughts now as you look to finish strong with the postseason ahead of you?
Yeah, just going to stay the course. Nothing, we don't have to change anything. We're just going to try to stay consistent in training, try to go hard this week. Now that we have a little bit of a break, gearing up for regionals next week. So just trying to stay the course.
I would think you got to feel if you continue to do what you've been doing, you certainly have a shot to be in the mix here down the line.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a goal, but try not to focus just on the numbers and just try to focus on my technique and make it happen when it needs to.
Up next is the NCAA regional meet next week, and then hopefully after that, the NCAA Nationals. Meyer is in graduate school and has about a year left as she's working on her master's degree in ag engineering. So best of luck to her in all of those endeavors. For KRVN Sports, I'm Jason Jorgensen.